Alright, sorry guys, I had to make a cut, so here's basically part two. Another thing you want to consider in your rotation is you want to use Toxic Trait before using Tracer's Aid and Explosive Pain. So here again, the whole rotation. I used Tracer's Aid first, then Mortal Mire. Then I start applying all the dots, which is Open Wound, Hemorrhage, Sharpening Shuriken, Nerve Toxin, and Reaping Rush as the final dot. I'm simply doing this in this order because I basically want to make sure I have the dots which are which basically have the longest duration to use them at first, and then the dots which have like the least duration at the end. So I'm not screwing up the order. And what I do is I use some Injurious Insults and Poison Pricks. And once Tracer's Aid is off cooldown again, I use External Excruciation. Then what I do is I refresh Open Wound, then use Toxic Trait, then followed by Tracer's Aid and Explosive Pain, and all of that within the 5 seconds time frame of Eternal Excruciation. And then I keep using Injurious Insult and Poison Prick, and I try to squeeze in as many Poison Pricks in that session as many as I can, and because that will also make a lot of DPS differences. And depending on how fast you are, depending on if your ping is playing along, your connection, you can squeeze in up to 3 before you have to reset again, because then you use Sadistic Surge to reset the whole set of dots, and you probably have to refresh Mortal Mire again. And then I use Injurious Insult again a couple times, followed by Poison Pricks, and then followed by Devilish Dispersal to reset it the second time. And then again you use Injurious Insult again with the Poison Prick. So you can already tell Injurious Insult is one of your more frequently used skills as an assassin. And you basically try to cover the time till the next cooldown reset of the Eternal Excruciation, so you can use it again, followed by Tracer's Aid and Explosive Pain. So basically you use in the entire, or in one session, you should be able to use 2 times Tracer's Aid and 2 times Explosive Pain, and that will make a really huge DPS difference later on. That's pretty much the trick, if you will. And then you followed, or basically you end your rotation by using Injurious Insult again, Poison Prick, and then use Tracer's Aid to finally remove the remaining dots that you have, and then you start stacking the dots again. This is pretty much where the loop starts, or where the loop ends, if you will. And alright, I'm going to show you my rotation quick now, demonstrate how much DPS you can deal. So you start off also with the Flame of Courage. That's your T-skill that I use, simply for the reason as an assassin, it's not your role to deal out critical damage, especially when you're fighting against higher rate bosses. It's almost impossible to dish out a lot of crits, so you basically want to focus on higher constant DPS, and that's what you achieve by using the red soul instead of the yellow one. And also your dots are benefiting from more attack, so Flame of Courage is definitely the T-skill that you want to go for. Alright, so another thing is you definitely want to start your rotation with Crippling Cut when you basically charge to the boss. I use Crippling Cut and not Charging Slash. This one, simply for the reason Crippling Cut doesn't cost any stamina, while Charging Slash costs 30. Of course, it deals a little bit more damage and has a higher range, but I don't want to waste the 30 stamina right in the beginning of my rotation, because that could screw you over. And so I use Crippling Cut to start my rotation, because before the boss uses any mechanics where you need to cancel or block him, Crippling Cut will be off cooldown anyway, so you can easily use Crippling Cut in the beginning of your rotation to not screw you over. And so yeah, just going to show you my rotation quick. Yeah, then you would start to stack the dots again. This is, like I said, pretty much where the loop starts. And another thing you want to consider is you use auto attacks always in between your skills. So basically, you use the auto attack first, and then you follow it by a skill to basically cancel the animation of your auto attack. You want to use that method because simply auto attacks don't cost any stamina, so this is like extra damage you will get. As you can see here, auto attacks right now is on the 4th position of my skill table, so it makes a huge difference if you use it manually or if you're just using it automatically. So yeah, this is extra damage you definitely want to take, because again, it doesn't cost any stamina and it's still 82% of attack as damage, so why would you not want to use that? Alright, so yeah, this is my little guide for the assassin. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this is helping you out in the future to deal out as much DPS as you can with the assassin, because whenever I'm playing a class in any MMO, I'm trying to squeeze out the full damage potential of the class, and that's why I'm going with this build. And yeah, hope this helps you, and yeah, hope you have a wonderful night.